We're gonna let the calves out so they can stretch their legs a little bit, get them not being cooped up. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, go over there. Hey, go over there. Same thing, guys. Well, we got the calves out. They're eating their breakfast this morning. There's 2 troughs there. I don't know why these guys keep fighting over the 1 trough, but they do. But we got it where they could come out here and they could run and play for a little bit. They don't, so they're not cooped up in there. We got it open here so they can come out here and they can run and stretch their legs, so they're not cooped up all the time. They enjoy running and stretching their legs. As soon as they figure out that they can, they're gonna head right down here. All we do is just horseshoe this panel, and we put it up, and it keeps them in there while they're little anyway. It won't when the bigger they get. So, babe, what are you doing?
Cutting the bandages off her feet.
Oh, come on, be a little bit more specific.
Well, babe,
Well,
I'm cutting the bandages off her feet.
What? But why are you cutting the bandages off her feet?
So I can wrap them again because she has cankers.
Well,
Is it cankers or what was it called?
I don't know. It's kind of like thrush, but
Yeah.
bad. What's it? Do you know what it's from?
Well, they say it's from being in wet areas, but she normally is.
Little hussy. You gotta start using that, you dirty heifer.
Ow!
Put them in your pocket, babe.
I gotta cut some more of the bandage. It's only this foot.
That's the one she broke the split bone on.
And I really should be better about changing this.
Hey, you little hussy.
I think instead of wrapping, I'm just gonna put the thrush buster on and leave her in here because it's pretty dry.
Yeah.
Looks like it was still in there. Maybe you're not supposed to wrap when you use this stuff.
Well, James, whenever it happened the first time, he said to wrap it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, your paper twist it off.
There's where the good went.
Yeah, because Mom doesn't want it disappearing. That's why it stays in there. I don't think she liked that. She gave you the evil eye.
It probably burns.
This is what I'm dealing with here. She just keeps pestering me with the whole time I'm sitting here trying to do this to watch Nina. The whole time I got that here.
So they say that they get thrush from being in wet, dirty stalls, or if they're constantly in mud and moisture outside, which she really wasn't ever, so we don't really know why she got it. So we try to keep her in here in the stall where it's dry with shavings. I normally would wrap it again, but I'm using this thrush buster, which I've never used before, and so we're gonna try it without wrapping it and see if it helps.
We did have it wrapped, right, beforehand?
I did have it wrapped when I applied this a week ago.
Does it look like it's getting any better?
That one looked a little better. It was just when they get, I believe it's a canker that they called it. It's almost like a cancer of the hoof. It's when thrush gets in there, a lot of bacteria spreads, and we'll eventually start eating the frog away. And it can get really, really bad. She actually, when we first found out that she had it, she went to the vet and they treated her, and I had to apply a crushed antibiotic onto her foot and keep them wrapped. And then it got better. And so then I kind of wasn't on top of cleaning and wrapping, and so now it's kind of started to get bad again.
But it also had gone away.
Yeah, it was pretty much gone, but now it came back. So I'm not for sure what it is about her, because the farrier did say she has pretty good feet, so I don't know why she keeps getting it. She's the only one that we have that has ever had it. I didn't even know what it was until, I mean, I knew what thrush was, but I didn't know what the canker was. I think it's a canker.
I'm pretty sure it is. If it's not, we'll correct it and put it on the screen.
Now you could probably get kicked doing this, but she's pretty good.
Really, the only horses that we have to worry about kicking on the farm are the two little foals, and that's just because they don't know any better yet, where the big horses do.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
And I haven't had the farrier back out. I need him to come back out so he can debribe it and see.
And what she means by that is take some of the frog off.
See, because I don't think that's supposed to be that soft. That's probably from just moisture and being wrapped too.
Yeah. And we have not had very much rain, hardly at all this year. The most that we've really had has been from the snow.
And you're apparently not supposed to get this on your fingers, but it's okay.
Are you gonna leave me alone? Come here, fancy.
Dad, was Emily that small when she was about to turn 1?
Yeah. Emery really hasn't grown. She like shot up real fast, but it was like when she was like a year and a half old. That's when Emery really shot up. Wouldn't you say, babe?
Yeah.
And then it's been slow since then.
Emery also got fed a little bit different than they do. All right.
A little fancy here.
Tell them this stuff is very expensive. This stuff is very pricey. This little bottle was $15.
It's $21.
$21. It was very expensive. I couldn't believe how much this stuff cost. So we take good care of it.
Am I able to...
Here's little Raven. She was nudging me the whole time we were recording here. And little Fancy is right here behind me. Is she on this side? Hey, little Fancy. So in this pen, like Nina was saying, like there's no moisture in the pen here or here.
It's a little bit here, but I try to keep it pretty covered with shavings.
Look, they're eating each other.
Quit,
Oh,
Emery.
this one, man.
Emery. Oh, Emery. What are you looking at me for, huh? Huh?
She's the one that if you watch the short, we had put a saddle on her 2 days, and she did really good. She didn't mind it at all. Kind of like a dog.
Okay. So when we had Emery was our first pony, foal. Her mom is Sassy, which is the same one as Fancy out there. So Fancy and her are half sisters. But this horse, when we had it, we put corral panels under the carport. Nina went and spent like $300 in shavings and wood pellets.
We set that up just to make sure her mom had the best place to, because we didn't have this built yet when she was born. So we had her under the carport, which was really convenient because it rained a lot. Like a week before she was born, and then it rained the night she was born. And it made it easy because when you're out there checking on the mare every 3 hours, in all hours of the morning, it was nice to be able just to go to the back door and look out and be like, oh, nope, she's okay.
She won't quit looking at me.
And then Mitchell did have to help him pull her. He probably really didn't, but he did just because she was a very big baby and it looked like Sassy was struggling. She did have that foal Fancy out there all by herself. I had checked on her that morning and she didn't do anything, and then I don't know, while I went back to bed she decided to have her. But Emery was our first one, so she's very spoiled. But she loads in a trailer and everything.
She don't like to come home from wherever she is.
Yeah. She doesn't like to load when it's dark, but she was probably like, what, 2 months old, 3 months old, and just loved hopping in the horse trailer. Not even with her mom. We had this other horse that we called Aunt Sunny because she kind of was Emery's nanny, if you will, because Sassy would go off in the pasture and graze and leave Emery, and Emery would just hang out with this other mare. So when we would load the other mare in the trailer to go to a barrel race or something, Emery here thought she could go too.
She would not quit with the hand.
And the hand licking is something I kind of started, which I think if I ever sell her, people probably may not like it, but when she was 3 months old, 4 months old, she broke her splint bone in her hind right. And they had to x-ray and do everything, and she was good either way, but because it took so long with all the x-rays and looking to see what was going on, I let her sit there and just lick my hand the whole time. And ever since then, even with the farrier, that's all she does. She'll lick your hand the entire time. Mitchell doesn't like it. Oh, see? She just loves to lick.
Can you see it?
I think so.
I think it just calms her or something. I don't know. I don't think she's ever tried to bite.
Mhm.
If she gets mad, maybe.
I was giving hay one time and she bit me.
Well, but she probably didn't mean
Was she trying to grab the hay?
I don't know.
Whoa.
She's pretty good. We had to do some kick therapy at one point because when she was probably like 1, she decided it'd be fun to try to kick you all the time when you were feeding. Because she lays her ears back and gets very angry when it's feeding time. And so she tried to kick us. Well,
What?
we corrected that pretty quickly.
The last video that we just put out on Sunday, it's Dale Newman talking about his cattle and inseminating cattle and everything. Nina absolutely loved that video because she doesn't know a lot about it, so she was able to just sit and listen to it, and it's pretty fun listening to a lot of the older guys just sit and talk and tell you their stories, because a lot of stuff off camera he was telling me, I was there forever.
Can you pull the water hose over here into this tub because they have no water.
And Dale, he was very informative. I really hope you guys watched the video, and if you haven't watched the video, go back and check it out. Dale, he did a good job talking to the camera, especially because it was really short notice. Like, I got there and I was like, hey Dale, do you mind if I record? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then we ended up recording for quite a while. Well guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and like always, we'll catch you on the next one. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button.